Hello everyone, long time no see. My name is Candace and welcome to Flosstube 111. It has been a hot couple of minutes since I recorded last. May 20th and today is June 13th, so about 3 weeks. A whole bunch has happened. It's just been so busy. Who knew that going from working full-time to part-time would feel much busier? I don't know, it's just the weirdest thing. So if you did not see my last video, I left the casino and my last day was May 26th. So don't get me wrong, I have stitching, but not nearly as much as I would have had if I would have stayed at that job because I could just sit and stitch all day. Now I cannot. Even though it's part-time, it's actual work, which is fine. Honestly, I am so much just at ease, I guess. I don't even know how to explain it, but my scalp issues have dramatically improved. It's definitely way less stress, and I don't know, I'm liking it. It may not be my long-term spot with this company, but for now it's what works. So I've got some stuff to show you for sure. So I guess we'll just like hop right into it. Most of my whips are full coverage, but I have two that are not. So I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. But there are a lot of days, like this thing looks so bare. There are a lot of days there was no stitching. Zero. Or there were days where there was only knitting at night when I was watching TV with my husband. So I did make a ton of progress on my sweater, which I'm very excited about. As you all know, maybe not all of you, but most people probably know StitchCon Weekend A was this past weekend. I'm going to Weekend B this coming weekend. So I will be heading to Cincinnati on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I know one project for sure I'm going to take. Actually, probably two. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm going to take. I got to figure that out. It's crazy when clothing is easier to pick out for a weekend getaway than the projects you're going to take. Yeah. So, a funny thing, I actually sort of crashed StitchCon a little bit last weekend. My mom had called me 2.5 weeks ago probably and asked if it would be okay if the kids came down to Georgia for like a week and a half or so. I was like, absolutely. She goes, would you mind meeting us halfway? Her and my stepdad are not exactly spring chickens. I had zero problem meeting them halfway. So she decided on right outside Knoxville, Tennessee. It was Oak Ridge, I think that sounds right. But anyway, she booked 2 rooms, and the plan was her and my stepdad would drive up from Georgia. My husband and I and the boys would drive down from Indiana. Well, my husband procrastinated on getting the dogs boarded. So 2 days before we're supposed to leave, nobody has a place. He claims he called 10 different boarding places and there is no one that can take the dogs. So I was like, okay, it looks like I'm taking the kids by myself because we have no one that can watch the dogs here. So I decided there's no way that I felt safe driving 8 hours with the boys by myself. So I decided to stop halfway. And halfway just happened to be right around Cincinnati. So I thought, okay, that's cool. I'll be near StitchCon. Well, the first hotel to pop up was the Live-In, which is right next to the convention center. And I thought, they have Friday night open, and it was very, very reasonably priced, shockingly. So I decided they have a pool. The kids are going to have a blast swimming, you know. And I knew I'd get to, like, hang out with Janet for a little bit, because I knew that Lizzie and Colton, her daughter and son-in-law, and their daughter, Ozzy, were going to be at the Live-In. So that's what we did. We stayed at the Live-In, and we saw Janet and Lizzie and Colton and Ozzy, and I got to meet Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitives. I got to meet Ymir. I've never met Ymir before. She's always been at a different weekend than me. I got to hang out with Tiffany from Black Cat X Stitchery and her daughters. So one of her daughters was in the pool when I took the boys to go swimming, and Tiffany's mom was with her daughter. So the boys were just, Colton was amazing, you guys. I mean, that guy. Actually, so was Lizzie. They just played with my kids like they were kids. It was fantastic. It was so cool. So yeah, I got to meet another, Janet, who was it that you introduced me to? Was it the two tall stitchers? Or two needles pulling thread? Who was it? I met them real quick, but Bobby and I were talking, and then I didn't have a chance to, like, chat at all. I feel so bad. But, so everyone was kind of coming back from StitchCon, and my kids were totally ready for bed. Owen came up to me, and he's like, I'm ready to go back to the room. He's very good about telling us when he's tired. So I said, I'll take them up. If they fall asleep good and I can sneak out, I'll come and hang out. Because they were doing their own kind of late night stitching at the Live-In, up where the breakfast area is. So they did. The boys fell asleep, and I was like, I can sneak out of here. They can get a hold of me if they need to. So I took my knitting, and I just wandered up and chatted with Janet and Tiffany and a couple other people, and it was fun. I felt like I was being sneaky, though. So then the next day when I was getting ready to leave, I wanted to say bye to Janet, even though I know I'm going to see her next month at a quote retreat. I just wanted to, like, get a chance to say bye. My boys and I walked in, and we just kind of stood at the main level. So StitchCon is like, you go down the stairs, and it's the conference rooms down there. So we're standing up, and they're getting ready to do a picture with Judy Whitman from JBW Designs, because she was there for weekend A, and it was all the people that had worked on Bluebirds of Happiness. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to do that picture, because I finished Bluebirds of Happiness. You saw it last video. But they all took that picture, and then, so I got a chance to say bye to Janet. I said hi to Barbara, because she was down by the hold room. But yeah, we had to hit the road, or I probably would have, like, tried to stalk people. I didn't have time, and the kids were like, can we just get on the road? Because they knew they were going to be able to swim at the place we were staying in Tennessee. So it was fun, though. We got to Tennessee, and my mom was still like an hour and 20 minutes away. So there was a park half a mile away. We went over to that park, and they were getting set up for their, like, summer concert series. And it sounded like it was going to be a lot of, like, bluegrass type music. They had food trucks and a snow cone truck. So lucky I didn't have any cash on me. That was my excuse to the kids. It's like, I don't have any cash. I didn't know there were going to be food trucks here. So they played on the playground, and then we walked around. They have, like, a path, and it had a book. I can't remember the name of the book, but you had to, like, read the page in the book, and it was a children's book about animals. And then it tells you how to go to the next one. So, like, one of them was hop like a kangaroo. One was twirl like a squirrel. trying to think what oh, walk slowly like a turtle. That was funny. They didn't do so good at the slow part. But, so we did that and then met up with my mom, and I actually drove back on Sunday, all the way by myself. I was debating whether I was going to stop after like 4 hours or try and make it to Fort Wayne because my sister lives there, or just make it home. And I ended up turning on a couple of podcasts that I was a little behind on, and that got me through. Got me all the way back home. So, how about some stitching now that we're like almost 11 minutes in? Sorry. I hope you like life stuff. Okay, so I just realized as I was editing pictures into my video that I completely missed a huge project that my husband and I did. While the kids were gone at Grandma's house. Let's see, it would have been like the first week of June. I don't know how I missed this. I'll insert some pictures here. So we built a deck on our pool. And I am so glad that we purchased an impact driver because it made things 800 million times easier than using the drill. We bought a spare battery for it, and I put almost every single screw into that deck. My husband cut the wood, we got everything situated, I screwed stuff down while he got other stuff set. I love it. And the way we laid the deck boards, we can always expand on it if we want to. It's 8x8. So, yeah, just thought I'd throw that in there that I missed a giant project that we did. It took us 3 days. We worked on it 4 hours the first day, and then about an hour and a half to 2 hours the next 2 days. So, yeah. All right, back to the show. You're probably not subscribed to my channel because I don't save it for the end. I just throw it in there wherever I feel like. So let's start with this one. I can't even remember why I pulled this one. Oh, I pulled it out to work on for a challenge in May. It was either like a semi-sane challenge or I don't know. But this is Dimensions, Fresh Flowers, and I am doing this on the kit Ada, which I've said before is like the worst thing I've ever stitched on in my entire life. So I ended up putting it in this nerd hoop because the Q-snap was the two little clamps that were on the sides, because it was like a 6x6. They broke, like literally just disintegrated. And when I went to put them on, so I didn't have any other small clamps. So I said, well, I guess I'm going to put it in an urge, and it doesn't really fit. So here is where it was last time. And that's where it is now. You can see the sides do not fit in my nerd hoop. But that's okay. That's okay. I wonder if that's kind of bright. Can I go? I can. Does that look better? Is that better like that? Ooh. So anyway, I did get a lot of stitching done on this one. But, oh, this Ada. Of course, it's going to look a whole lot better once the back stitching is done. All right. Get in there. Okay. And then I have progress on, this is in a Tiffany bag. Look at these little hedgies. They're so cute. I got this last year at StitchCon. She has bags there again this year. But I love this bag. So this has my tiny modernist stitch along. So here's a picture of what is released so far. Water and Earth. Earth just released a couple days ago. So here's where it was last time. And there's where it is now. So I've definitely gotten a lot more water done. But I have not started on the earth part yet. So we're getting there. I got to do the fishies too, but I'm kind of saving them for last. I like this one though. This was it's a 32 count that I dyed using Rit dye. I do not remember exactly which Rit dye. It is there. This door right here goes under the stairs. That's where the Rit dye is. But as you can see, it's kind of blocked. So yeah. So this is gonna go to StitchCon with me. This is a really super easy like stitch in hand project that I can work on at late night stitching. I think that's probably what I'm going to do with this one. Okay. The other project. Now these are not in any sort of order. It's just because this one's on top. So this next project is Mini Autumn Cat Magic. And if you saw my Instagram from last night, you will know that this is very close to a finish. And I think I'm going to take it to StitchCon and finish it there. I will have to do some more work on it here, just in case. Here's where it was last time. There it is. Ooh, it looks so good. Yes, I have a piece of 310 chilling down here. Okay, so you can tell that there's been a lot of this dark stuff done. I really like the challenge going right now in Semi-Sane Stitchers. It's called Color Wheel, and you choose a color. For me, black. I stitch 200 stitches in black, and then I post a picture, and then I choose another color. Say yellow. 200 stitches in yellow, and then you do as many colors as you can out of the 10 colors that they give you before the time is up for that day. So I've been doing that, which is how I've been working on the black and the dark brown. It's been making things so much easier because I didn't want to have that stump for last. Like, I was not looking forward to having that stump for last. So yeah, I'm super excited. I only have, I want to say, just under 4,500 stitches to go. And I think what I'm going to do tonight is pick all the colors that have just a little bit left and just get those out of the way. And then the 2 colors that have the most left, well, I'm hoping to be down to just those 2 colors when I go to StitchCon. And then I can finish this. So I am going to work on this. I'm done with work for today. So I'm going to work on this for the rest of the day today. My goal is to try and get between today and tomorrow, get 2,000 stitches done. So then I have 2,500 stitches left for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I can easily, I'm a very quick stitcher. I can easily get 1,000 stitches done in a day on especially on this, because it's not confetti heavy. So I'm very excited that this one's almost done and that I'm going to be able to ring the bell on this one. Okay, so the next one I worked on, this is actually my focus for June. Keep forgetting what month it is. Mini Casa. Oh, that was Mini Autumn Cat Heaven and Earth Designs. If you've seen me before, you know. You know what it is. But Mini Casa, this is a retired chart. Jeremiah Ketner is no longer charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, so you cannot get this anymore. But here's where it was before. And I got some stitching done. I don't know if that helps at all. I just love this umbrella. So good. I thought about taking this one with me, but this one is kind of confetti. And I don't know if confetti is probably the best idea for chatting. This one might have to stay home. All right, and then I worked on, none of these are very tight right now. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I'm going to have to tighten all of these up. Another retired chart Lucy Pittaway is no longer licensed through Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Mini Home for the Winter. Oh, look, this one has a, I must have been, excuse me, I just had lunch. I must have been working on white, like the color white, and I hit my 200 stitches-ish and just stopped. Here's where it was before. There we are now. So it is getting a little bit harder to show the entire thing. And I know you cannot see all the white I did. So, get in there a little closer so you can actually see the white that's done. Sorry, making faces. So yeah, this one is one I could totally take because the stitching room is bright enough. I have no problem stitching white. There's a lot of white. But I really want to get to the bird. I've gotten part of the bird. I want to get to the rest of the bird. Okay. Next up, so this one is full coverage, but it's no background. And this may still be free on Heaven and Earth Designs website. This is called Sea Turtle Mama. And I'm doing this on a 28 count. It's a no-name color, but it looks very much like Through the Stones from Be Stitch Me. It is Be Stitch Me fabric, but it looks very much like Through the Stones. So, pretty sure I worked on this. If not, the before and after will look exactly the same. So here's where it was before. And that's where it is now. I just love this. I love it so much, and I may take it with me. Because it's not, there are places that have confetti, but then there are other places that it's very easy to stitch. I think there's another flower right here. This is actually the baby turtle shell. So I could totally bust some of that out. But for this one, I am using, I want to say I'm using the same flosses for Many of the Possibilities Eeveelution and this. So if I take this, I have to take both cases of floss with me. So I don't know. I mean, I could just pull the floss I need for like the shell, but I don't like leaving that to chance. I really don't. So, I love this one though. The colors are amazing. Hopefully my camera did it justice. And then the last one that I stitched on is Many of the Possibilities Eeveelutions. This is one of those where, like, I didn't have anything red to stitch, but pink counts as red in this challenge. So I was like, I got pink, purple in this one, and all the colors. So here's where it was before. And I'm just going to show you this part of it here, because that's what I worked on. So cute. So this is Sylveon, and I did work on a bunch of the background because I know that it needs to be done. So she started. This is a mini though. This isn't like the huge one, but it's still, I mean, I'm glad I did max color for this. I think it was the way to go with this one to get the detail. So who knows? I mean, if I take Sea Turtle Mama, I might take this too, but I don't know. I don't know. All right, how about my knitting whip? So this is Peach Fuzz by Melanie Berg, and I am probably about 2 inches away from being done with the body. So this little marker here is going to show you where I was before, the little elephant. can't even, like, I have to, oh, let me stand up. I am, yeah, like at my belly button. So I want to say I have about 2 inches more to go. And then I will do the ribbing at the bottom, which is in this color, this darker color. And then I can do the sleeves. I just love it. I love it. So yeah, here is a look at how much I've gotten done since you last saw it. So all of this. This was I took to soccer, knit while watching NCIS because I didn't feel like stitching, like my brain was just tired. So, super easy to sit and knit on this. So I'm going to move my little marker now. So I don't forget, because I will take this with me. And then if I just have like I don't want to stitch anymore, then I'll knit for a while. I'm getting it. Oh, and so we're watching NCIS. I have my bag on the floor. I did not zip it up, but I had the ball of yarn that I'm using for this in my lap. So this is just sitting on the floor. Well, my adorable demon orange cat comes over every night, rubs on my feet. Rubbing away, and then he like wanders off and I don't even think anything about it. Like 2 minutes later, my husband goes, they have a ball of yarn. I go running over toward the cats who are underneath the table, and lo and behold, they had a ball of yarn. This ball of yarn. Not small. Full cake of yarn. He stuck his head in my bag, picked it up with his little mouth, and took it over to play with his sister. I mean, my fault for leaving the bag unzipped, but I was right there. Like, snuck it out from underneath me. Jerk. So yeah, I guess it'll be a surprise when I get back from StitchCon what projects I actually took with me. So, okay, I have a few things that have come in the mail. I'm sure you've seen these by now, because I got these a little while ago. They're the June colors from Color and Cotton. And I get the 10. They're very pretty. I very much like them. And then I know a bunch of people, I'm sorry if you have earbuds in, but I cannot leave this fabric uncovered on here because cats. The neutral club of the month was Bronze Age from Be Stitch Me, and mine is a 36 count, which I'm sure you saw already because I think Janet got this. Janet, did you get this one too? Are you in the 36 neutrals? Love it. That's so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I'll put something on it. Okay, and then I had ordered these a little while ago from Camille Ross Kelly, and my patterns never showed up, and so I sent her an email and she sent me a tracking number, and it like literally disappeared into the ether. No clue what happened to these charts. So she resent them to me, which was amazing customer service, because for all she knew, I could have just been lying and been like, I didn't get them, so that I'd get more. Because, you know, I'm awful like that. But they finally came in, and so this is the first one. This one is Jelly Beans. And I like this one. Not that layout. I like this one. So this uses 2 jelly rolls. Oh, wait. No, it only uses 1 jelly roll. It's just got 2 patterns. So, and it makes a 60 by 76 inch quilt. I like it. I mean, really, look at those strips. It's just like, sew the strips together and then put a little half square, or a little, yeah, half square triangle on it, and then you put them all together. But this one's called Nesting. And I love it. I love it a lot. And I kind of thought about grabbing a bunch of my charm packs and taking this to the quilt retreat. So this one makes a quilt that is 80 by 80. And this one actually uses a jelly roll. And then your navy fabric, your background fabric. I have to look through the pattern to see if I could do this with charm squares. It's probably easier if I use a jelly roll though, now that I'm thinking about it. Because then I'm just going to strip piece and then cut them. So it's probably easier to use jelly roll. Apparently I just talked myself into using a jelly roll, which is fine because I do still have a couple. Not a lot, but I have a couple. And then I ordered these 2 stickers. I want to put them on my sewing machine. This baby needs a cleaning before I go to the quilt retreat. Massive cleaning. Okay, so that's all I have. That's not bad. A half an hour for 3 weeks worth of not being around. But like I said, the stitching just... This is the least I've ever stitched. Like the last 2 weeks is the least I've ever stitched since I started stitching in 2019. It feels kind of weird, but at the same time, I'm not sad that I'm not stitching as much. I am very excited about finishing Mini Autumn Cat Magic. I am definitely nervous about StitchCon. It's my 3rd time going. It doesn't matter. I'm still nervous. Amy Loves Toads said that I could sit with them, and I'm really hoping that they have a spot for me. I'm so nervous I'm going to get there and their table's going to be full, and I'm going to be like, okay, who wants me to sit with them? Because I'm getting in on Thursday. I got to check with Amy and see what time she's getting in, but I don't know. I get so anxious about this first part, and then the rest of the weekend goes amazingly. But I just get so anxious about this first, like, the getting situated part. So, I don't know. I'm not doing the smalls exchange. I didn't stitch anything for it. I have time to stitch something small, but I just don't have the bandwidth right now to finish it. So, I'm going to take my dad's memorial piece, now that it's framed. I'm going to take that to the brag table. And I think I'm going to take Bluebirds of Happiness because I'm pretty proud of that one. Considering it's on 36 count linen and as a sampler. I've never done either of those things before. Or not a true sampler. I've done sampler type charts, but not like a true, I don't want to say old fashioned, but like that type of sampler. So that's all I have. I got today, I got tomorrow, and then off to StitchCon. So I'm hoping to be back next week, like next Wednesday, with another video. Hopefully I can get back on a weekly schedule. If not, at least every other week. I don't know, things have been so weird for the last month. So weird. But it's okay. It's okay. So I will see you guys next time. Have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.